I do work differently, and as a team we work differently. Now members of my group exploit more systematically the option of home office, preferentially in phases of their work when they need uninterrupted concentration, for example when they have to write a PhD thesis, or they have to write a paper, or when they do computational work. I do home office especially on days where I in any case have only a string of Zoom meetings, and that still happens surprisingly frequently, or when I have to do grant writing.
Before the pandemic it was really the exception when somebody did home office. Now it's completely normal, and you can choose by yourself when you come in and when you do home office. And the other, maybe a bit smaller change is the use of communication tools like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, which are now a normal part of our work.
For example, when writing a paper, I need silence, concentration, and uninterrupted work. And that's when home office, I think it's perfect for me. Other periods, I need close interaction with team members or collaborators, or I do experiment. And that's when I need to come to the office or to the lab.
Flexible work and home office are not for everyone, because home office requires a high level of self-motivation and self-management. I had cases in my group where team members preferred not to use this option because it was not good for them.
The maybe biggest disadvantage is we have less face-to-face time, and if you need some input or some inspiration, this can suffer a bit.
One risk of flexible working or home office is losing the boundary between work and private life.
One advantage is clearly time efficiency, and a very obvious example is saving on the transfer or commuting time when you don't need to be in the office on a special day. We have seen the effect of a fairer model of participation to scientific conferences during the pandemic with online conferences. They increased the diversity in participants to conferences. For example, they supported participation of scientists with caring responsibilities, or scientists from countries and institutions with limited traveling budget. And they supported participation of students, which is certainly a good thing. I'm not saying that we should stick to online conferences, because we are all aware of the benefits of in-person meetings and interactions at conferences, but at least we should consider the option of hybrid conferences where it makes sense.
I came back from the pandemic, so when we were allowed to come back to the office again, I met a collaborator for the first time, and I realized that he was very tall. I didn't expect that. Virtual life or remote working can change or affect the perception that we have of reality. So I think that it's very important not to lose contact with real life, and to always have a connection between remote or virtual life and real life.